But let's talk about numbers now. Motilal Oswal came out with their numbers a while back. The net profits have dipped about 16.5% quarter on quarter. So that is the disappointing bit. But on the total income front, it's up about 18.5%. Ramdev Agarwal of Motilal Oswal joins in to talk about the earnings, the markets, and of course, what all has been transpiring so far. Ramdev, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. Last quarter, you told us that there was pressure that continued on your broking business. Take us through this quarter's performance, where the pressure has seeped in, and the outlook that you have going forward.
Actually, Jan-Feb March quarter turned out to be, quite good compared to December quarter, and we had good growth of about 25% quarter on quarter, or 16% across the company in terms of business. Jan-Feb was particularly good, unexpectedly. It was rather good, and so the quarter was good. In fact, year on year also, after a long time, we are seeing 5-6% growth. So this quarter has been very satisfactory, and we saw some positive bounce for the quarter. Now for the year, 11-12 or 10-11, that has been quite I would say challenging. Our revenues came down by about almost 23-24%, and almost in the same margin we have dropped our profits also. So margin performance has been good, but sales performance has been very bad. So that was the overall for the year, though we saw some signs of revival in Q4.
Ramdev, afternoon. Thanks for joining us. How do you see FY13 now? Is it going to be better than FY12 for the broking business?
Yeah, that's what our thinking is right now, and that was our thinking even 12 months back, that this year will, last year would be better year. But I think we have hit some kind of a low, big low. From the peak it is almost 50% down. So I hope we are passing through almost the bottom, and going by the earnings growth projection for the current year, and seeing that some of the businesses which were like IB and all, which were in very, very bad shape last year, would be performing significantly better, hopefully, in the next year. So my sense is that broking business as a whole should be either as bad as last year, or better than last year.
Okay, just one more question on your earnings before we move forward, Ramdev. On your IB business, your investment banking business, the revenues have dwindled to just 4 crores this time around, and we've seen many quarters of a downtake. What kind of trajectory do you hope to maintain, and how long before which we'll see a recovery in this particular vertical?
Yeah, so we should be seeing recovery in the very first quarter, this current quarter itself. Right through the year, incidentally, we had the strongest pipeline of deals. But because of high interest rates, uncertainty around, a lot of legal issues, somehow the buyers, at this point of time, the buyers of the assets, they didn't show confidence. And year before, I think it was the sellers who were not coming on the table. But now it looks that buyer and seller both are gathering confidence, and there is a sense that more deals will close in 12-13 than 11-12. That's the feeling right now. So I think 11-12 was a complete washout for corporate deals.
Indeed, we hope FY13 is better for the broking business. But Ramdev, what have you made of the market, and particularly today, the kind of a rating cut from an S&P, and then Moody's going ahead and reaffirming their view on India? How should the markets read this kind of movement from the ratings agency?
Yeah, so the kind of pessimism, mostly pessimistic view is coming from a lot of foreigners, even a lot of very big spokesmen from India itself, and we see things not being liked by the market at this juncture. So there is a sense of pessimism around, I would say, at a big picture level, and yet market is holding out very well. On the whole, market is fairly steady at about 17,000 to maybe 17,500 kind of thing. So very steady market, and a lot of businesses which are doing well, particularly consumer facing, they are doing very well in the market. If you see whether automotive stocks, whether it is consumer FMCG stocks, so you have a virtual boom in those kind of stocks. So I think market has two faces. One is the one which is facing government, very capital intensive, and other side is the one which is facing the consumer, and that segment is literally in the boom. You can't complain about them.
So do you think that this pessimism could drag the markets lower from these levels, Ramdev, or do you feel that we could perhaps remain in this range that we've been trading within for a while now?
I think where the market, broad market will be, it is completely, I think, decision of the foreigners. I mean, if they sell significantly, clearly market, the domestics don't have appetite to take on few $1 billion of selling. But if there is no significant selling coming from there, I don't think market will go anywhere. So most likely will be staying here only for quite some time, till probably some more monetary action happens, and maybe second round of rate cuts or inflation decline or something happens, or people are waiting for some positives, whether from monetary front, political front, economic policy front. Somewhere something should happen.
Ramdev, all the 4 IT numbers are out, and it's been a disparate performance. 2 hits, HCL Tech and TCS, and we had 2 misses as well, Wipro and Infosys. Now that all the 4 numbers are out, which ones would you buy, and which ones perhaps would you recommend a sell on? Because already the stock prices have reacted to the numbers.
Yeah. I mean, one thing is that I'm holding on to my Infosys kind of a purchase which we had for so many years. So clearly TCS has been more interesting kind of result, and for last 4, 5, 6 quarters, TCS has been clearly outperforming everybody else, and very interesting kind of a forecast and everything. So now the choice is whether one should switch from Infosys to TCS. I'm sure many people must have done it, but I think somebody has to do the hard thinking and do that. So I have not done it yet.
Okay, we're back about the 5200 level now, so just down about 15 odd points, courtesy a couple of these heavyweights like KN, etc., that are up about 2 odd %. Ramdev, there are some murmurs of a diesel deregulation, at least a partial deregulation by the government. How much push to the corner do you think the government is, and how soon do you think we could hear about some sort of news on this account?
Yeah, I think if rupee goes to 55, then this diesel decontrol will come faster. I mean, we are waiting for complete crisis for any kind of a worthwhile decision to come in. I mean, it is diesel, petrol. I mean, this is all imported stuff. This is not produced in India. So you are, you are hitting the balance of payment. So it is pressurizing a lot of rupee-dollar parity also. So I think it is a decision which should have been taken much earlier. So any kind of a decontrol, and after decontrol, exercise of decontrol is more important. This kind of decisions that I think diesel has been at an economic level has already been decontrolled. Now it has to be exercised that market pricing happens.
Ramdev, all the moves we've seen in the equity markets this entire year have been flows driven, because even news like a positive one of a 50 basis point rate cut didn't spur the markets too much, or an election disappointment didn't throw us lower than the range that we've been holding on. It's all dependent on the flow so far. How do you expect flows into the equity markets to pan out, because April has been completely dry?
Yeah, so I mean, we are still struggling with recent, retrospective amendments, GAR provisions, those kind of things. So, I think people are still not giving up on India. That clearly shows up on the flows. I mean, maybe in global comparison, India is still standing out to be one of the very compulsive investment and must have in the portfolio kind of situation. So that's why we are not seeing any major sell-off. So to our credit, we have enough number of stocks which are doing very well. They are not impacted by government policies, and it's a huge consumer base. So that India story is still on. So I don't think one should keep waiting for the which way the flows are going, because it is almost impossible to figure out where the flows will be. So we have to focus on the stocks and companies which we understand, and if it is reasonably priced, we have to put our bet.
Interesting moves that we're seeing, Ramdev, in the telecom space. Yesterday all of them were down and out because of those TRA recommendations, but Bharti has recovered today, up about 1.5%. Would you do some bargain hunting into Bharti, or is this a space that you would stay away from?
See, right now it is best left to, you know, kind of best left to be away from this particular place, because, you know, the kind of regulations they have written, and my sense is that this 122 license are definitely cancelled, and I mean, these guys are not going to renew, because the kind of prices they are talking about, most unlikely that any players will take any interest. And if by chance it is implemented to the letter and spirit of what they have written, I mean, if without much changes, if they broadly bring this particular law, I think it is going to be the biggest consolidator. This law itself will consolidate the industry in a big way, and we'll have one of the highest, I mean, one of the highest rise in the telecom services prices in next 3-4 years, and only 2-3 players will be left.
All right, Ramdev, thanks so much for joining us and giving us your thoughts. Those are Yes Bank's numbers. We have just the FY12 net profit.